What's up everybody, it's Broken Bones here and welcome to Broken's Bedrock Tutorials. Today we're going to be showing you how to build the superior brown mushroom blaster. This machine allows the player to plant a mushroom, which as you can see grows into a full-size mushroom, and the top gets pushed over into a wither blaster where all of these little brown mushrooms comes right back to the player for him to replant. Around the back there's a holding cell where a player can chop down the stem with a silk touch pickaxe just like this. As you can see, the mushroom's going to grow and then the player is going to chop the mushroom stem down and it goes right into the hopper below him. And from that hopper it goes directly into this shulker box, and this farm gets about 1200 mushroom stem per hour, and with those rates over the last 12 hours we've been able to get ourselves just over 8 shulker boxes of mushroom stem plus what's left in here. The brown mushroom blaster is a superior farm, which means that it does hook up to my superior moss farm for endless bone meal. So we have shulker boxes of bone meal coming into the farm right here, and that'll provide you endless amounts of bone meal. And if you don't have that farm yet, then I'll leave a link to that one up in the top right hand corner there for you guys, so you guys can build that one if you guys want. And over here we have ourselves a wither blaster. Now some of you guys might be looking at this going, where did you get the bedrock from? Well, at a certain point in time, bedrock was actually farmable on Bedrock Minecraft, and that has been patched, but if you were smart and got yourself tons of it, you can go ahead and use it in this tutorial. And if you don't have any bedrock, that's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and make yourself a cube maker. I do have some tutorials for those right here in the top right hand corner. And if you guys do not have this and you guys don't want to make a cube maker, well, in the near future TNT is supposed to have a 100% block drop rate, and so we could use TNT in the near future when that gives out 100% block drop rate. And I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Nebrian Cent for helping me build this. He actually came up with a lot of the circuits in this farm, and so I want to give a big shout out to him. He's super funny and super smart, so I definitely recommend checking out his channel, and I'll leave a link to it up in the top right hand corner. As you can see around back, to build this entire farm did not take that much redstone. There's not a whole lot going on back here. It's actually pretty simple, and so with that being said, I hope you guys are ready to get started, and if you guys are, be sure to smack the like button for me, and subscribe if you guys are new, and let's get started with the tutorial. And material list will be down in the description. And just as a side note before we get started, if you guys plan on using a wither blaster for your brown mushroom blocks, then that does make this farm directional. And you're going to want to make sure that your farm has north to the left hand side of it just like this, or you can turn it 90 degrees in this direction, in which case north would be directly behind you. And as you can see, I've marked out north on the left hand side because that is north in my world. However, if I had it turned 90 degrees, that would put north on this side of my farm as well. So both sides of these being on the north side, it would be perfectly fine. And if you guys don't know how to tell north, I have a tutorial up in the top right hand corner to show you guys how to find north. This side is going to be the front side of your farm, so the front side could point towards the north, or if you're looking at the front, the north can be to your left. And so you're going to lay out 3 chunks to get started just like this, with either north to your left or north directly in front of you just like this, where north is in that direction behind us. And this would be the front of your farm. And if you don't know how to lay out chunks, then I have a tutorial on that as well, and I'll leave a link to that up in the top right hand corner, which will show you how to sub-chunk and chunk align your builds. Now to get started, we're going to go ahead and come to the lower left hand corner of this chunk right here, and we're going to go ahead and count in 7 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're going to go ahead and come up by 2 blocks right there. We're going to break that one out. Come over by 4 more, 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like that. That's actually 1 short. There we go. Placing yourself a block there and a block there and a barrel facing up right here in the middle. Then from that barrel, grab yourself 3 hoppers and place in 1, 2, and then 1 to the side, number 3. Once you've got this started, then go ahead and grab yourself another hopper and place one in top down just like this, and then go ahead and come to this side. We're going to go ahead and place ourselves in a wall just like this. Go ahead and come onto that side just like so. Do the same thing over here, and then we're going to go ahead and come up just like this by 3 blocks in total. Come over and make that all just like so. Once you've got that in, go ahead and come right around back, placing yourself a temporary block in right there. Go ahead and place in a block there and a block there. Go ahead and break that one out. Place in a block there and a block there to go ahead and border these hoppers in just like so. Next, we're going to go ahead and place in a block right there and a block right there. Next, we're going to go ahead and place in a block there, there, and there. We're going to break that one out. And then you're going to go ahead and grab your comparator. Go ahead and place it in the back here just like so. Placing yourself in a piston just like that with an observer on its face just like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and come up here just like so and place in a block up here just like that. break that one out, and break this one out. Then over here, go ahead and place in a block there and a block there, just like this. Then we're going to place in ourselves in a repeater, just like that. Grab yourself another sticky piston, just like so. Come on down here, facing down, just like this. And then off to one side, we're going to place in ourselves an observer. Right on the bottom of that sticky piston with the red dot facing in that direction. Then grab yourself another block and put it in right there. Grab yourself a dispenser and come to the other side. We're going to place in ourselves a dispenser in right there, just like that. Then once you have that in, then you can go ahead and border this up. And then right here, what we're going to do is we're going to place in ourselves in a temporary block right there underneath that observer there. Grab yourself a hopper. We're going to place it in there just like so. So that's going right into that block, and then we're going to break that block out. That block should return to you right here in that barrel. Then once you have that in place, this is all in case now. Next, we need to go ahead and grab ourselves another couple blocks, place them in there just like that. Grab yourself another comparator, and then grab yourself a sticky piston and an observer, and place the observer on there just like that with the red dot facing in that direction. Then next, go ahead and come onto this side. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a couple more blocks. Place in one right there, one up just like that, and you can break this one out. Then grab yourself another comparator just like this. And then grab yourself a lever and put it on top of that block, turn it on just like that. And once you have that in place, then go ahead and come around to the other side, to the back side of this dispenser here. We're going to go ahead and place ourselves in a hopper into the back of it just like that. So go ahead and place in a hopper right there just like so. Then go ahead and come to this side, placing yourself in another hopper to the side just like this. Break this block out here just like so. Grab yourself a chest and go ahead and put it on top just like this, so that it overlaps that corner and that hopper. Then over here, go ahead and grab yourself another block. Then on top of this chest, go ahead and put yourself in some white carpet just like that, or whatever carpet is going to match your facade. Then once you have that in place, go ahead and place in yourself one more block right there. Grab yourself another block, go ahead and bring it out and over just like this. Come up here just like that. Then on top here, you can go ahead and crest on over. Go ahead and come all the way to over just like so. On this side as well, and go ahead and carry that all the way up. And there is your facade for your shulker box loader. Then to complete this up fully, go ahead and grab yourself some white carpet. Go ahead and place that on top of that hopper there just like so that it looks nice and neat. Then grab yourself a trap door just like this, place it in there just like so. Grab yourself a redstone block and place it on top of that trap door, and it'll flap up just like this. Then go ahead and place yourself in another redstone block just like this with a piston right there, and it'll shove that trapdoor forward in the upwards position, and now you can break out all of your blocks and it'll stay up just like that. And now your shulker loader is fully complete. Next, we're going to go ahead and come on top of your shulker loader right by this hopper right here, and on top of this block, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks up with obsidian or crying obsidian. And then what we need to do is we need to come right over here to this side. We're going to place ourselves in a door just like this. Then go ahead and come up by 2 blocks just like so. Those are going to be temporary. And we're going to place ourselves in a barrel just like that. And then you can break those 2 blocks out. Next, we're going to go ahead and come onto these 2 sides now. We're going to grab some glass. We're going to bring this all the way up to the top here just like so. Over here, we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to come up to the top of the door just like so. The rest is going to be mushroom stem. And then over here, we need to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to pillar on up all the way up to the top of the obsidian there just like so. And once your mushroom stem chopping station's all done, go ahead and grab yourself some mushroom stem and place it in here just like that. These blocks got to be here because it's part of the circuitry. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab a dirt block. We're going to come down here just like this. This is where our mushroom is going to get grown. And so therefore we're going to need some pistons. So grab yourself a temporary block and put yourself in a piston in this direction and bring that all the way up to the top with 4 pistons in total. Then go ahead and come to the back side of this dirt block here, placing yourself in a temporary block. Come back to the original side and go ahead and place yourself in a dispenser just like that and get rid of your temporary block. Then once you have that in place, you're going to grab yourself an observer off the bottom stem block right there. You're going to place yourself in a solid block just like this with a dropper beneath it just like that. Next, we're going to go ahead and place ourselves in a block just like so. Go ahead and place a temporary block there, and a block there, and a block there. This is going to be your AFK spot where you sit and go ahead and place all these brown mushrooms so they can grow up. And on the back side of this dropper here, we're going to come right around here. We're going to place in a hopper there, and then a hopper into the side of that barrel just like so. And once you have those in place, then go ahead and come around to the front, and we're going to place 2 blocks right here on the side of that piston just like so. Go ahead and come up by a temporary block and one over just like that, and break that one out. Go ahead and place a block in right there, and right there. Then next, go ahead and come on down here, place a block up just like so. Go ahead and come all the way up just like that. Go ahead and stair up just like so. Come across the top. Go ahead and stair back down and bring these down to the bottom just like this. Place in yourself a block right there, and right there, and that'll go ahead and complete the front of your farm right there. Go ahead and place in some blocks right here in the front. Go ahead and place those in 5 wide just like so to complete the front floor of your farm. And then go ahead and place in yourself a button right there, and then another button right there. That's going to be the off switch, and that's going to be the on switch. And once you have those in place, go ahead and come up to this block right here. We're going to place in 4 more blocks, and then we're going to come up by 1. You can break this one out. Then go ahead and come up by 2 more, stair up right here. Go ahead and come out by 2 more just like this, and this will be the facade for your Bonemeal Shulker Loader. Then go ahead and place in yourself a few more blocks right here, a few more blocks there, and finish it up right there in the front just like this. And then next, we're going to come right here. We're going to place in a block right there and a block right there. Go ahead and place 1 more row of blocks on top of that. Then from this block right here, we're going to need ourselves a hopper facing in that direction. We're going to need to hook that hopper up to our bone meal dispenser over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to our bone meal dispenser. We're going to crouch place ourselves some hoppers going right into the side of it just like this, and we're going to bring these back to the side where we can line up with our other hopper right there. Once you're there, go ahead and bring these hoppers all the way back to this original hopper just like that. Once you've got all your hoppers in leading into that dispenser, go ahead and place in blocks on top of all of these hoppers just like this, and bring that all the way back to the original one, and you can leave that one open. Next, what we need to do is we need to go ahead and place ourselves in a couple temporary blocks down here just like this. Go ahead and come out by 3 blocks in total. We didn't need that 4th one. And placing yourself in a sticky piston facing in this direction right here with the sticky face towards that hopper. Then once we have that in place, go ahead and place in yourself a comparator just like this. Grab yourself a block and come up there just like so. Then what we need to do is we need to actually place in a block right here with a dispenser facing in this direction right here just like so. You can break that block out, and actually we're going to go ahead and keep that. We're going to place in another block down here and another block up here just like this, and 1 more block up just like that, and you can break these 2 blocks out. What we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and place ourselves in a sticky piston facing up just like this with a observer on it just like this. Then on this side, we're going to place a sticky piston in just like that with an observer facing in this direction just like so. Go ahead and place in yourself in a block right here just like this, and break that one out. Then up here, we're going to place in ourselves in a block right there and a block up just like this, and grab yourself a repeater and place it in there just like so. Come on down here, and we're going to break this block out. Place in yourself a sticky piston in here just like this. Grab yourself an observer, come on up here, and you're going to place that observer on the bottom of that sticky piston with the red dot facing in this direction right there. Once you have that in place right here in the front, go ahead and replace your block, and then on the sides, go ahead and come up by 1 block there and place yourself in a glass block right in front of that, so when you look inside, you'll be able to see your shulker box where it goes. And then go ahead and finish that up by placing another block in right there, so when you look through the window, it looks complete. Then what we need to do is we need to go ahead and come right around back here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place ourselves in a block right there and a block right there. Come on down here and place yourself in another block just like that. And then 1 more out here just like so. And another one out here just like that. So you have this little X right here in front of that comparator. Next, what we need to do is we need to get ourselves a repeater just like this. We're going to put that one on 2 ticks. We're going to place in another repeater right here on 1 tick. And we're going to put some redstone dust in right there. there. And once you have that all wired up, go ahead and come to this hopper right here. This is the second one from the end right here. Go ahead and come down 2 blocks below it just like this. Grab yourself some glass and go ahead and place in 2 glass blocks in right there and right there. Come to this side, break that block out, place in yourself another packed ice block, and then place in 3 right here and a soul sand block right there. Grab yourself a button, place it in there just like so. Grab some more glass, come up by 1 right there. Go ahead and come up by 2 right there and 1 over right here. Right here, go ahead and place yourself a bit of glass under that piston and out to that button right here just like so. Then grab yourself some water, place it in there like that so it zigzags out to this button. Then go ahead and come out to this soul sand here just like this and place yourself in a temporary block there and put yourself in some ice right there. This is packed ice. And then we're going to place in a block right here and a block right there and a block right here. And then you're going to run this ice all the way to your superior moss farm, and this is going to be your empty shulker box intake. So go ahead and run that all the way to your superior moss farm, wherever that is. Here in the tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and cap it off right here, but you're going to run that all the way to your farm, wherever that may be. Then once you have that capped off, go ahead and run these glass walls all the way back down here, just like so. And then once you have that in place, grab yourself some water, place it in there just like this, wherever it flows. Go ahead and put yourself a button and put yourself another water source to keep the items flowing. Once you have that in place, next we're going to come right back over here, and then right on here, we're going to grab ourselves a hopper here, and we're going to place it right into the back of that dispenser just like this. We're going to place it in there just like so. Then we're going to grab some ice, we're going to place it in there just like this, and then go ahead and bring this all the way across here just like so. And you'll run this ice all the way to your full shulker box of bone meal from your superior moss farm. This will be the output of your superior moss farm, and once you have that in place, I show you how to hook that up into the in the tutorial there. So go ahead and place yourself in some more glass around it just like this and encompass this all the way down to the end. Go ahead and bring that around here next to your hopper. On this side as well, go ahead and place in yourself for a temporary block, bring that glass all the way down to your superior moss farm, wherever that may be. Then from here, we're going to need to place in ourselves some water and a button. So we're going to go 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8 just like that. Place in yourself some water, then yourself a button right there. That should flow in all the way on top of that hopper. Then from here, you can have water flowing into here from wherever. So once you have this ice stream ran to your superior moss farm, make sure that the water is going in this direction. And then once we have that in place, go ahead and grab your glass and cap it all off. Go ahead and make sure that there's glass on top of all of your water leading all the way back to the hopper right here, just like so. Next, we're going to grab ourselves a redstone torch and we're going to place it on top of that piston right there. Anytime that piston is extended, it's going to know that there's shulker boxes of bone meal in the system. Anytime that that piston is extended, that torch will be off, but anytime that it's on, it's going to call for a shulker box of bone meal. So it's going to turn this repeater on, which this glass block we need to replace with a solid block. Then from here, we can run redstone dust all the way to the superior moss farm. Whenever your redstone signal dies out, be sure to go ahead and place in a repeater to keep the redstone signal going. And before you fully hook this up to your superior moss farm, go ahead and grab yourself a comparator. I forgot to throw a comparator in right there, which is actually going to be kind of difficult. What we need to do is we need to get ourselves an observer. So grab yourself an observer, placing yourself in a comparator just like this, and replace that observer just like that. And then once you have that in place, next we can go and come all the way around here. We can hook up our superior moss farm. Go ahead and I've got a dropper here filled with shulker boxes of bone meal, which is exactly what the superior moss farm has. So when you finally get there, go ahead and hook it on up. You'll see that a shulker box of bone meal will come out. It'll go ahead and call for another shulker box of bone meal, and then it'll stay shut just like this. You should see that that redstone turns off because now we have a shulker box of bone meal right here in the dispenser, and then we also have a shulker box of bone meal giving bone meal to our bone meal dispenser over here. As you can see, it's coming in. Once you can see that bone meal is coming in, then go ahead and come right around back here. We need to go ahead and build ourselves the Bonemeal Circuit. So what we're going to do now is we're going to grab ourselves a target block, and we're going to place it on the back of that dispenser just like so. Then right here, we're going to go ahead and place it ourselves on a block down here just like that, and then go ahead and place in an L shape of blocks just like so, and then go ahead and place in a block there, and a block up just like this. Grab yourself a comparator right here, go ahead and put it on subtract mode, and put redstone dust here, here, and here. Next, we need to go ahead and grab ourselves some pistons, so go ahead and come below that comparator, place in a temporary block there with a piston facing up from it just just like this. Then go ahead and do the same thing up here. Go ahead and place yourself in a piston right here, just like this, and go ahead and break those two out. And then grab yourself in a redstone block, and if you place that redstone block right here, you should see that that redstone is flashing, and you should see that your dispenser is ticking. Once you know all that is working, next we need to go ahead and wire up your on and off switch. So next we're going to come over here to this off switch button right here. That's the one up top in the top left of your front of your farm. Next we're going to go ahead and place ourselves in a block right here. We're going to take 2 repeaters. We're going to go 1 and 2 just like that, and again that is right behind our block with the button on it. That's going to go through this mushroom stem, and on the other side we're going to pick that up with some redstone dust. So at the same level as your repeaters, make sure that that comes out here just like so. Place in some redstone dust on top of it just like this. We're going to come all the way here to this piston here just like so. So place in 2 more blocks down here just like that. Grab some redstone dust and run it right into that block. Once you have that completed, you should be able to come back around front, and as you can see, your dispenser is ticking. If you hit this button here, you should see that it stops ticking. And next up is the on switch. So next we're going to come directly below this block. So we're going to go ahead and break it out so we know where we're at. Go ahead and come down below and come to where you broke that block. Now that you know where you're at, go ahead and replace it and come down by 1 just like this and break that one out. You're going to go ahead and run this all the way across to this piston right here. Then go ahead and put yourself in some redstone dust all the way across, leading all the way back to the beginning just like that. Once that's wired up, you should be able to come back to the front here, and if you turn if you hit this button here, this is your on button, you should see that the farm starts ticking. And then if you hit the off button, the farm stops ticking. So once you know your farm is working, then go ahead and come on top of it. We're going to come right on top of that dispenser right there. Go ahead and place in yourself a block there and there. Take yourself a redstone block and place it there. Grab yourself a repeater and place it in here just like so. Then you're going to place redstone dust around back here just like this. Anytime that your mushroom grows, it's going to place in a block there powering that redstone dust, which then in turn is going to power all of these pistons. So we're going to place a block in there and a block in down here just like this, and a block up just like that. Go ahead and place in redstone dust up and over here just like this, and down here just like that. Then what we need to do is we need to come all the way around here to this piston right here. So next we need to go place ourselves in a block right there and one up right there. Then go ahead and place yourself in a repeater right here just like so. Break out this block right here, and then we're going to take that and we're going to bring this on down here just like so. Then take some of that redstone dust and come across here just like this, right across that hopper right there. And then right here where it finagles, go ahead and place in yourself in a block in right there to cut that off. So once you've got that all wired up, if you came back around to the front and you had another mushroom block, go ahead and test your farm. You should see that all your pistons get pushed forward and that this mushroom comes out here. Another thing you should notice is that this piston back here also fires. So whenever you place a block in here just like that, you should see that that piston fires as well. So go ahead and get rid of your block again. So when you've got that working, go ahead and come to the front of your pistons over here, and then go ahead and place in yourself in it 3 blocks on top of those and 1 out to the right hand side just like this. Grab yourself an obsidian block or grinding obsidian block and place it in right there. That block is going to stunt the growth of your mushrooms, so the mushrooms grow up the same height every single time. Then once you have that in place, then go ahead and grab 2 more blocks right here, and then grab yourself in some crying obsidian right there. Go ahead and break out your 2 temporary blocks. Then go 1, 2, and 3 out to this side, and go 1, 2, and 3 out to that side. Then grab yourself some observers and have the red dot facing up alongside all of these just like so. Then grab some more obsidian and go ahead and encase those on top just like this. Then grab yourself some sticky pistons and go ahead and do just like this all the way across. Grab yourself some redstone dust and put that all the way across, and then alternate slime and honey just like this. So you're going to do slime, and honey. Once you have all these in place, then go ahead and come back to your pistons right here. You're going to go ahead and come off the back just right here with the temporary block and placing yourself in an upwards piston just like this. Go ahead and skip 2 blocks and placing yourself in another upwards piston just like that. Do the same thing on this side, 1 and 2, then placing yourself in another upwards facing piston just like that. Once you have that in place, then go ahead and get some blocks just like this, and you're going to go ahead and place in a block in there just like that. Come out just like this, and then go ahead and come all the way across and back in towards your piston. place in another block right here back in towards the piston, then take some redstone dust and go ahead and cover all of these blocks in with redstone dust leading to their pistons. Once you've got those pistons in place, then go ahead and come to this bit of redstone dust right here and place in a temporary block just like so. Come around to this side and place yourself in an observer with the red dot facing in this direction. Then place a total of 7. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, just like that. Once you have that in place, then you're going to go ahead and grab your slime blocks just like this. You're going to put in 2 slime blocks right there, 3 honey blocks in right there, and 2 more slime blocks in here just like this. On this side around here, we're going to go ahead and come down here with our pistons. Go ahead and come right below here, place in pistons on the bottoms of all of these. Once you have all of your pistons in, it should look something like this. And then what we're going to do is you're going to come right around back. We're going to place in a block right there. Over here, we're going to place in a block right there. And then over here, we're going to place in a block right here and another block in right there. Then we're going to grab some obsidian or crying obsidian and place it in all of these locations just like that. And then once you've got your obsidian in place, then go ahead and extend these out by 1 more block just like this. And then once you have that in place, grab yourself 3 temporary blocks, place them in here just like this. Break out these 2, come around to this side and place yourself in a regular or a sticky piston in there just like this. Bring that all the way across to the other side and then break out the middle blocks just like that. Once you have that in place, placing yourself in a regular piston on top of that one. Then take a temporary block onto the side of all of these. Then grab yourself some observers, come to the side here, and you're going to place in it 2 observers in there just like that on all 3 of these. And then once you have that in place, you're going to go ahead and break out your temporary blocks here in the front here just like that. Then once you have that done, grab yourself some slime blocks and go ahead and put slime blocks in here just like this, up and over just like that. You're going to do that to all 3 of these just like so. Then once you have that done, you're going to grab yourself another sticky piston and you're going to place that in there just like this on the bottom side right here. And then once you have those sticky pistons in, go ahead and place a slime above them just like this, and then take yourself some glazed terracotta and put that on top of there just like that. Then grab yourself some obsidian or crying obsidian and put it in there just like so. Then once you have that in place, then you're going to place in yourself a temporary block on the front of all of these. Then come down here just like this, and you're going to place in yourself in some sticky pistons in this direction just like that and break out your temporary blocks. Then once you have that in place, go ahead and finish this one too. Then what we need to do is we need to go ahead and place in ourselves a block back here, a block back there, and then all the way down here just like this with a glazed terracotta block in there just like so. Then we're going to go ahead and do that to the rest of these as well. And then when you've got that done, it should look something like this. And then when you have that in place, then you're going to go ahead and come to the same side you have these observers on. You're going to take a temporary block in here just like this on all 3 of these. You're going to turn around and place in yourself an observer with the red dot and the arrow facing in towards the slime block just like that. So grab your observers and place them in there just like this, so that way they're facing into the side of that piston right there. Then once you have that in place, you're going to come to this one right here. We're going to come to the front right corner of it and place an observer facing downwards just like that. And then once you have that observer in place, go ahead and come down by a block and another block just like that, and then go ahead and staircase your way on down a few blocks just like this. You're going to bring that all the way to this redstone right here in front of that piston with that redstone block on top. Go ahead and bring this closer to your stair over here just like that. Then what you can do is you can bring this all the way to your platform down here just like that, just like so, and break those out and break that one out as well. Then once you have that all in place just like this, grab your redstone dust and go ahead and place redstone dust going all the way down from the top just like this, all the way down here just like so, and bring that all the way to that redstone dust as well. Right here at this piston, go ahead and break that redstone dust and then place a block up like that and break that block out. Once you've got all that wired up, go ahead and come back on top of your fire machines, specifically right where this glazed terracotta is, and place in temporary blocks on top of your obsidian blocks just like this. Then go ahead and place in it downwards facing pistons on top of that glazed terracotta on top of all 3 of these. And then once you have 3 pistons in here just like so, then go ahead and grab your blocks, go ahead and put it on top of these pistons and bring it all the way across here just like that, overhanging by 1 block just like so. Go ahead and grab yourself some redstone dust and bring that all the way across here just like that. Then grab yourself an observer, place in a temporary block right there with an observer right here just like that with the red dot facing in just like so. Grab some slime blocks and bring those down here by a few blocks just like so. Then we're going to come back to that one. We're going to go ahead and come over here to this hopper line. We're going to come to this hopper right here and come back by 1 and break the block out on top of it, and you should should see that that redstone is right here. What we're going to do now is we're actually going to come over to the other side. So go ahead and come over here just like this. Come to that block that you broke out, which is right here. And then once you have that, go ahead and place in yourself a repeater. And then we're going to come back to the other side again. So once you have that repeater in place, next we need to go ahead and place in a block here on the side of that hopper. So we can go ahead and bring that over here just like so. We're going to line that up with our slime block tower right there. Go ahead and bring that all the way across here just like so. Once you're underneath your slime block tower, grab yourself a sticky piston and have it in the upwards position just like that. Go ahead and break the block out from underneath it and complete up your tower just like that. Next we need some redstone dust, and go ahead and bring this all the way back to the repeater over here. Once you have this piston all wired up, then go ahead and come over to this side, and then we're going to come directly underneath this slime block right here. We're going to go ahead and place in a block right there, and we're going to count 13 blocks in total, including this block. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and come over by 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then once you have that in place, that should be where the top of your mushroom is going to be, underneath all of these blocks right here. Then go ahead and grab yourself your bedrock, and this is to make your wither cage. Now, if your north is on this side of your farm, then you're going to go ahead and skip 2 blocks right here, place in a block, skip 2 more blocks, and place in another block. However, if your north is on this side, you're going to go ahead and do the exact opposite. 2 blocks on this side, and 2 blocks right there, and 1 block over here. Since mine is over here, I'm going to go ahead and change these back. Mine will go over here just like that. And then once we have that in place, go ahead and grab yourself 3 temporary blocks. Go 1, 2, and 3 just like that. Do the same thing over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and encase all of these. So go ahead and bring this around here just like so. Go ahead and bring those all just like that. Do the same thing right here. Go ahead and place these in here just like so. And then once you have that in place, you can go ahead and break these temporary blocks out just like that. Then once we have that done, then go ahead and bring in some blocks on top of these. Go ahead and bring it all the way out just like this, 1 block past that block. Then once you have that in place, go ahead and do the same thing over here on this side, 1 block past that block. Then once you have that all encased, then go ahead and leave these holes open and fill in the gaps right there. And then once you have that in place, go ahead and place in another row of bedrock on this side and another row of bedrock on this side. And now that is a full wither cage minus the top. So grab yourself a temporary block here and there, and then put in yourself some bedrock there, and break out your temporary blocks. Once you have your wither cages built, next we're going to go ahead and come onto this line of temporary blocks that you placed in earlier. We're going to come 5 blocks in front of your wither cage. So we're going to use these blocks to count. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, just like that. We're going to go ahead and count out 3 blocks just like that. Then go ahead and place a temporary block and place one out to the side. And this can be obsidian or crying obsidian or something like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and come across here just like this, where we're 1 block past our wither cage. We're going to turn it 90 degrees and break out our corner block just like that, so it's in line. Then once you have that done, then go ahead and come all the way down the line here just like so. We're going to go ahead and count out by 3 blocks, 1, 2, and 3 right there. And on the 4th one, we're going to go ahead and turn sideways. These are all temporary blocks right here. Then once we have that in place, we're going to go ahead and bring that over here and match that up with our corner right here. Next, we need to go ahead and do the same thing again over here on this side. We're going to match it up with that line over there. So go ahead and place in a block and place in it 2 more, so there's 3 in total right here. You should see that the opening in your obsidian is just as wide as your machine is right here, and as long as you see that, then go ahead and build yourself another ring following this ring, but this time all the way around, even under here. So when that's complete, it should look something like this. And next, what we're going to do is we're going to place in the floor. So go ahead and come over here and come on down with a temporary block right there and one out to the side just like this. We're going to leave this area open for now, and we're going to bring this all the way across here just like so, and then we're going to fill in the floor all the way around. And finally, when your floor is in, it should look something like this. Now grab your water, and you should be able to place it in here in the back corner, and you should see that it flows all the way to the front. And if you see that, then go ahead and fill the entire back row up with water just like this all the way across, and you should see that it flows all the way to the front, all the way across just like this. Once you have this completed, then go ahead and remove all of your temporary blocks. And then once you have all your blocks removed, go ahead and grab your packed ice and come all the way down here to this hopper that's right here. Once you're there, go ahead and crouch place yourself a piece of packed ice on there, and we're going to run a line of packed ice all all the way back here to underneath this gap right here. So go ahead and place it in to where it's even with the back of this obsidian right here. Once you're there, grab your obsidian, go ahead and place a block on the back there just like this. Placing yourself a temporary block in here and put obsidian here and here just like that. And once you have that done, go ahead and break that one out. You can run this obsidian down to the length of the end right here. Do the same thing on this side just like so. And then once you have that done, cap off the ends just like that. And then bring this wall down all the way to the side here and bring that all the way across here just like so, and cap off the end here as well. Once you have that done, go ahead and grab your water. Go ahead and place it in here just like that. And you should see that it comes down here straight to the side here just like so. Then we're going to do the same thing over here like that, except this time we're going to place ourselves on a button right there so that way the water stops. Grab some more water and then we're going to water flood that as soon as we put some glass on there. So grab your glass and we're going to put glass in here all the way to this hopper here just like so. Do the exact same thing on the other side, and then once you have that in place, you can place in your water here just like that. There we are. Then grab yourself some water, go ahead and look down here, place in the water right there, and you should see that it flows towards that hopper. Once you have that in place, go ahead and grab some more glass and put it on top all the way to the hopper. Once you have your water stream all done, then go ahead and come to this side of your wither blaster on this side right here. What we're going to do is we're going to come right in line with this bedrock block, and we're going to come right to the back side here and place ourselves in 3 temporary blocks. We're going to do the same thing on this one, go 1, 2, and 3 just like that. Grab yourself a dispenser and place the dispenser on this one and on that one. Then next we're going to place in it 2 target blocks right there and right there. Place in it 2 redstone torches with 2 blocks on top, so place in a block in right there and a block right there. Then grab yourself a piston, place it on the side of that block, and place it on the side of that block. Once this is looking like that, then next we're going to go ahead and grab our hoppers, come on top right here. You're going to crouch place a hopper right into the back of that dispenser right there and do the same thing on this side as well. So go ahead and place yourself in a hopper right there. Once you have that done, then go ahead and place another hopper out to this side just like that, and do the same thing on this side. Place another hopper going out to the side just like this. Once you have your hoppers in place, then go ahead and grab your glass. We're going to go ahead and encase these hoppers right here. Go ahead and come all the way around here just like that, and then stop at your pistons right there. Go ahead and break out your corners if you'd like to. Do the exact same thing on the other side. Go ahead and come around these hoppers here just like so. Then once you have that done, then what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and grab our solid blocks, place in a temporary block here and come down by 1, and then go ahead and place another one right there just like so. Then what we need to do is we need to go ahead and place in a temporary block and come across here just like that, all the way across and even on top of these pistons. And then we're going to place in a bit of glass there and a bit of glass there. And once it's looking like this, then go ahead and grab yourself some temporary blocks and go ahead and block off this side of this machine right here. So you have 2 empty blocks right here. Grab yourself some snow, go ahead and place 2 snow and 2 snow, and then grab yourself a carved pumpkin and make yourself 2 snowmen right there. Once you have that in place, then go ahead and try to kind of hop in there and see if you can push them to those sides. That's the optimal position you want them in, is in those 2 corners. And then obviously you don't want them to move, so go ahead and keep that right there. Once you have that, then go ahead and put glass right there and glass right there. These are glass panes, and then you can remove your temporary blocks and your snowman will be there permanently. And then finally, to make sure nothing happens to these guys, go ahead and put some glass right on top of them just like that. Once your 2 snowmen are in there, now it's time to wire this thing up. We're going to come down here to these target blocks. Go ahead and place yourself in a temporary block on the bottom of that one and out to the side just like this. Go ahead and come out by 3 blocks right there, and then go ahead and come down by 1 and out by 1 just like so. Go ahead and break that one out and grab yourself a repeater and put it on 4 ticks in this direction. Then grab yourself 3 redstone dust and place it in on top of those blocks right here. Next, we're going to go ahead and come on down here. We're going to come down by a block right there and right there. Break that one out, placing yourself some redstone dust in right there, and then go ahead and come down here, placing yourself in another block, and then down by 1 just like so. Then come to the front and placing yourself in a torch just like that. On this side, go ahead and place yourself in another torch right there, and that'll be your engine, and this will be your on switch. So to make this on switch work, what we're going to do is we're going to run a pulse extender into it. So come down by a block right there and out by a block right here and break that one out. go ahead and make yourself an L shape around that block just like so. Then come out by 2 blocks on this side and 2 more blocks on that side. Right here into this block, place yourself in a comparator going in that direction. Then over here, go ahead and place in it 2 more going in that direction. And is that on subtract mode? Yes, it is. We don't need subtract mode here. Go ahead and place in yourself 2 bits of redstone dust over here and 1 over there, just like that. Then next, we need to go ahead and wire this up to this redstone block over here. This redstone block right here, we're going to want to place in a block right there just like this. Go ahead and run that all the way down here just like so. And then when you get to this pulse extender, just like this, what we're going to do is we're going to come up by a block right there, break that one out, placing yourself in a repeater right there with some redstone dust coming all the way back here just like so. Then when you have that in place, then go ahead and placing yourself in 1 more repeater in right here, just like that. Then to make sure that you have enough signal strength to get all the way across, go ahead and place yourself in another redstone block right there, and then go ahead and see where the redstone signal ends. It ends right here. So go ahead and place another repeater right there, and you should see that the snowballs start getting fired out just like so. Once you know that, then go ahead and remove that redstone block and place it back down there. Once you know this circuit is working, then go ahead and come back up here. We're going to come all the way back to our dispensers right here. Go ahead and break out these temporary blocks that we started with. Go ahead and break out all of those right there. Then once you have that done, next we're going to go ahead and get to our withers. To spawn a wither in a wither cage is really quite easy. All you need to do is spawn it on the west hand side. Now depending on which way you built your farm, and in this case my direction of north is over here, so that means if I look to the north, west is to my left. That you need to make sure of, so make sure that whichever way you're doing this, you're facing this to the west. So what we want to do is west is to this side, and so what we're going to do is we're going to place this guy in first. We're going to do the furthest one away. So this is the outside of his cage, these blocks right here. We're going to go ahead and make sure that we have 4 blocks out over here just like so. We're going to place 1 more block in right there, and this is where our soul sand is going to go. We're going to go just like this and just like that. Our wither is going to go in there just like so. Then once you have that in place, then go ahead and place in 3 wither skeleton skulls, and you should see that he spawns right in the center of that wither chamber right there. Next, we're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to extend this. We're going to go ahead and extend this by 3 more blocks just like that. We're going to put a block there and a block there just like so, and our soul sand is going to go across here just like that. Next, we're going to grab our wither skulls and go ahead and place those in here just like so, and as you can see, our wither goes right in the chamber just like so, and then we can get rid of all of our temporary blocks. Once you have your withers spawned in, next we're going to go ahead and get ready to use our farm. We're almost there. So what we need to do now is we need to make ourselves a little path to get to this doorway here, because that's our chopping chamber. So if we bring out a block like this with a stair block just like that, we can go ahead and bring this all the way up to here just like so, and that'll provide us a little walkway so we can get down and around here just like so and into this chopping chamber. And when you're getting ready to enter this area, you're going to want to make sure that you have an efficiency 5 silk touch pickaxe on you, and when you look up, you're going to want to crouch down and hold down your break button, which for me is R2. So as you can see, I've logged in my second account. He is looking straight up. He also has this silk touch axe, and he is crouched in that area. That's exactly how you want to be to go ahead and get ready to mine out the mushroom stems. Now, if you plan on using this for an extended period of time, this guy in this area might actually die due to hunger, because he's going to be using some of his hunger as he's mining. So I recommend placing a beacon over here in this area, and you can really put it anywhere that it's in range of that player. And then when you have one, you're going to want to make sure that you put it in probably any one of these, but I'm going to use haste, and you want to select the regen portion of it, and then go ahead and select that, so that way you have the effects of regen and whatever effect that you chose. The regen from that beacon will keep this guy alive even if he runs out of hunger bars. And if you plan on running this farm overnight, then I definitely recommend getting an XP source. And this farm does not need XP, but it would be good to keep his axe from breaking. And this farm will run for a few hours without actually breaking his axe. However, if you do have access to XP, I recommend running your XP from your mob farm or whatever XP source you have right on top of this repeater here. If I take this bottle of enchanting, you can see that the XP breaks and it goes right on top of there, and then it disappears because he collects it, which will mend his axe. That is, of course, if you have mending on your axe. If you do not have mending on your axe, that's perfectly fine, but if your axe does break, then it won't break the farm will continue to run. However, your guy down here will be breaking the stem blocks by hand, which is not as fast, and so therefore you won't actually collect the blocks either because you need silk touch. And what's going to happen is you most likely will get some brown mushrooms falling into your system, which will go into your shulker box loader, which will kind of break your shulker box loader. But all you'll need to do is when you load this up with shulker boxes like this, you'll see that one gets dispensed out. You'll just have to go into your shulker box and pull out the brown mushrooms, and then it'll continue loading mushroom stems. So at this point, your farm is all done and dusted. It's ready to use, and I recommend doing a dry run before you actually use it. So if you have any leftover mushroom stem blocks from chopping down some mushrooms, then go ahead and place it in right here on this piston. Once you do that, you'll notice that it gets pushed forward. Your guy breaks that mushroom stem. Your flying machine will move forward. It'll hit this obsidian, and then it'll get sent back and go back to the staging area just like this. However, if for some reason your guy has his pick broken, or maybe he gets logged out and then no one can break these stems anymore, that's perfectly fine. I've designed this farm to where it has an auto stop feature. So if we put an obsidian block there, you can see that the pistons don't move. The flying machine will still push your mushroom blocks across. However, when it returns, you'll notice that this redstone block will stay in the down position, which means that your farm is off. So now until that block actually gets removed, that will go ahead and remove that piston from coming up. But to restart the farm, you will need to come to the front and hit the on switch, because as you can see, our dispenser is not ticking. If we hit the on switch again, it'll start right back up. So once you know that your farm is working and you know that your second account is in that chopping chamber, then go ahead and come over here to this dropper and go ahead and put some brown mushrooms in there. Take one of them out for yourself and go ahead and put that in your inventory right here in the furthest left-hand spot, just like so. And once you have that done, make sure your farm is on. If it's not, hit the on button and it will be on. Then once you have that done, you can go ahead and plant a mushroom. You'll see that it will grow a mushroom, and as you can see, it is getting pushed across into our wither blaster just like so. And that should go ahead and give me another mushroom out of that dropper, which we can plant that again. And as you can see, it'll grow another one, and it'll continue to push that into the wither blaster. Every time you're ready to grow another mushroom, it will give you another mushroom out of this dropper, and then all of your mushroom stems will end up down here in this shulker box loader. So as you can see, we've got 9 stems from those 2 blocks right there. And as you can see over here, our mushrooms are being fed right back into our system. So if we plant another one down in here, you can see that it's going to grow. It's going to go ahead and break. Our stem gets broken, and the wither blaster is doing its job by breaking the mushroom and giving us more mushrooms to go right back into our system over here. Once you're done using the farm after the last mushroom grows, simply do not place another mushroom there. You'll see that the flying machine is going to go ahead and push your mushroom across, and when it comes back, it's going to go ahead and dock itself, and your machine is going to turn right back on. So as you can see, the dispenser's ticking. Once that's happening, then you can go ahead and hit the off button, and the whole farm will turn off. So as you can see, this farm works really well, and it's easy to build and fun to use. So if you guys enjoyed today's tutorial, be sure to smack the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. I'm Broken Bones, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next tutorial. Take it easy, everybody.